It's interesting how we think we know cats, but their story is quite different from what most people assume. For instance, their domestication wasn't like dogs at all. Dogs were actively domesticated by humans for specific jobs. Cats, on the other hand, largely domesticated themselves. The process started around 10,000 years ago in the Fertile Crescent, coinciding with the dawn of agriculture. As humans started storing grain, mice and rats moved in. This created a perfect hunting ground for the Near Eastern wildcat, Felis sylvestris libica, the ancestor of all domestic cats today. The most docile, least fearful cats were the ones that hung around human settlements and thrived. Humans tolerated them, then encouraged them because they were excellent pest control. It was less a master and animal relationship and more of a mutually beneficial arrangement. There was a second wave of domestication in ancient Egypt, where cats were revered, but genetic evidence points to that initial self-selected group as the primary origin. This unique history also explains a lot about their communication. That meow your cat gives you, it's a behavior almost exclusively reserved for humans. Adult cats rarely meow at each other. They use hisses, growls, and complex body language. Kittens meow to get their mother's attention, and it seems they've learned that this kitten-like vocalization works remarkably well on their large human companions. They essentially co-opted a juvenile behavior to communicate with us. And then there's the purr. We associate it with contentment, and that's often true, but it's much more complex. Cats also purr when they are in pain, stressed, or even giving birth. The leading theory is that it's a form of self-soothing and healing. The frequency of a domestic cat's purr, between 25 and 150 hertz, falls within a range that has been shown in other studies to promote bone density and healing. It's like a low-frequency therapeutic vibration they can generate on demand. This might be why cats seem to recover from injuries like broken bones more quickly than dogs. They're literally using sound to heal themselves from the inside out. Their physical abilities are also full of subtle details. We know they're flexible, but the reason is that their clavicle, their collarbone, isn't attached to their other bones. It's a tiny floating bone embedded in muscle. This, combined with an incredibly flexible spine, is what allows them to squeeze through any opening that's as wide as their head. Their whiskers help them determine if a space is wide enough, but it's the floating clavicle that lets them execute the maneuver. Another fascinating piece of their anatomy is their sense of smell, which is actually two senses. They have a normal nose, of course, but they also have a second scent organ on the roof of their mouth called the Jacobson's organ. When a cat finds a particularly interesting smell, you might see it curl back its lips, wrinkle its nose, and inhale with its mouth slightly open. This is called the Feline response. It's not a sign of disgust. The cat is drawing air and scent particles over the Jacobson's organ for a much more intense analysis. It's like a high-resolution deep dive into a scent, giving them information a simple sniff can't provide. For all their familiarity as house pets, their history has some truly strange and surprising moments. While dogs like Laika are famous for their role in the space race, very few people know about Félicité, the first and only cat to go to space. In 1963, the French space program sent her on a suborbital flight. They had trained a number of cats for the mission, and she was chosen for her calm demeanor. She successfully flew nearly 100 miles above Earth, experienced weightlessness, and was recovered safely. Electrodes implanted in her brain provided valuable data on how microgravity affects mammals. It's a strange but true footnote in the history of space exploration. So while they lie on our sofas and demand our attention, they are carrying this incredibly rich biological and historical legacy. There are species that chose to live alongside us on their own terms, retaining much of the wild anatomy and instinct that allowed them to thrive in the first place. Bye.